So do you ever go to the grocery store hungry and just feel like you kind of went overboard? That's what I did today, and I'm noticing that green, I guess, is what my body is craving because I picked up a lot of green veggies. But we're going to take this plus some extra veggies and stuff that we got, and we're going to make dinner tonight. So tonight we're making steaks that we're going to cook on the stovetop, amping up some baked beans from a can to make them a whole lot more yummy and turn them into full-blown cowboy beans, and having a taco coleslaw on the side. Sounds like a lot, but it's actually going to come together super quick. So let's get into it. So I know y'all can hear my ninja going. I'm cooking bacon right now for our cowboy beans, but I want to go ahead and season the steaks. So we have 3 T-bones that we're going to season up, and I don't usually promote seasonings and things because usually I like to make my own seasoned flavors, but this Cosmo brand I absolutely love. Y'all see I put it too close to the grill, so don't worry. I have another bottle of it. I don't remember if I put that next to the grill or the stove, but I melted it. But I have another bottle as soon as this one runs out. But I absolutely love this stuff. So this is the SPG or salt, pepper, garlic, and their cow cover. And this is all I'm going to use for our steaks. I say this is all. I do also hit it with a little bit of this Cajun Blast garlic butter towards the end. But that's more like on the pan top and all of that. I don't marinate with it. This cow cover is my jam. And I know that, as the name implies, to cover cow, like steaks and stuff. But I love it on veggies too. And see, they didn't do the most awesome job cutting these steaks for me. Now this SPG can get quite salty, especially with the 2 of them together. So just go with a lighter hand and then add more if you need to. I truly feel if you made your steak good, then you don't need a sauce to hide all of that. So I don't use A1 or the W sauce or Heinz or any of those other things. And that's it. We're going to cover these up. They're going to sit while we get everything else ready. Since we're still cooking our bacon for our cowboy beans, we're going to go ahead and make everything for our coleslaw mix. Now, I put all of this together, but I don't add the cabbage and slaw mixture until right before I serve it because I like a crunchy salad. I don't like for mine to be softened and wilted. If you do like yours more softened, then you can add it now and let it sit. Add 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. Next, we need about 1/4 cup of sour cream. We're going to add in 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And you can most definitely use fresh lime juice if you have it. 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning mix. We're just going to mix this all together. And this is our dressing for the taco coleslaw. Now I usually try to mix it up and not do too many like Mexican style flavors and Italian style flavors and everything all in one week. But this is the 3rd time we're having Mexican flavors this week. We had our Mexican cornbread, our stuffed Mexican cornbread the other night. Actually, one of the main reasons we're making this tonight because we have some leftover corn and black beans. So we're going to add all of that in now. I've got about 1/2 cup of black beans that were drained and rinsed and about 1/2 cup of corn that was drained. And like I said, this is just leftover from the other night, so it might be a little bit more, a little bit less. 1 large diced jalapeno, 1/2 of a red bell pepper that I diced up, and about 1/2 cup of chopped cilantro. Give this another good mix. And that's all until we get ready to eat. A few minutes before we get ready to eat, I will toss in a 14-ounce bag of coleslaw. Like I said, you can toss it in now, but I like to wait. But I like to let these flavors set and kind of marry together. So into the refrigerator this goes, and we are going to move on to our beans now. Okay, y'all, so now we're really going to get started on our beans. I have about 1 pound of ground beef down in the bottom of my pan with 1 medium onion that I've diced up and a green bell pepper that I've diced up. This is the same pan that I just cooked our bacon in that we'll use for the same recipe. So no, I didn't wash it out, but I did empty all of the grease. So we're just going to brown this together and let those veggies soften, and I'll see y'all back when this part is ready. Alright, so now that our meat, onions, and bell pepper are all cooked, I stuck a little paper towel down in there and got most all of the grease out, but we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients now. So we're adding in 2 cans of Bush's baked beans. You can really use whichever baked beans you want. This is just what we use. And today I'm using the brown sugar, the hickory brown sugar. We're also going to add in half a teaspoon of garlic salt, half a teaspoon of onion powder, about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, half a cup of your favorite barbecue sauce, and then our 8 strips of bacon we're just going to crumble up. I made the entire package of bacon because I know my kids and Michael will eat on the rest of it while they wait for this all to get done. And there's no point in leaving just 3 or 4 pieces of bacon in the package for us. Just stir it all together. I'm going to turn it down to low and just let this simmer for about the next hour. Now you could cook this on your stovetop in a Dutch oven. You could put it in your oven if you wanted at a really low temperature and just let it kind of simmer away in there. But we want to keep it at a little simmer and just let all of those flavors come together. And we'll taste it right before and see if we need to add any more seasoning to it. Now if you like spicy things, I'm trying to watch the level of spice I'm doing tonight since I want the kids to eat. You could add some diced jalapenos to this as well. Alright, it's time to make our steaks. So we've got them setting out. They've been at room temperature. Our flat top is getting heated up so that we can cook on that. The sound of the mixer that you hear is Ellinor making dessert. What are we having for dessert?
We're having a peanut butter pie.
How many times have you made this now?
About 4 or 5.
Yep. Alright, well we're going to get back to our job and let her get to hers. So I'm going to give it a little blast spray of oil. You don't have to do this. It's not going to stick to it anyway, but I do want to make sure it's super hot because I want to create a sear on them. And we're going to let them set for a few minutes and not touch them. We're just going to flip them over. And we'll let them keep cooking. So while our steaks rest, we have our slaw mix. I have a huge, like 2-pound slaw mix because we have a couple recipes. We're going to have fish tacos in a few nights. I guess Mexican food again. But I'm going to take a little less than half of this bag. And you could shred up your own cabbage and carrots if you want. And we're just going to mix this in. And once it's all evenly mixed, that is ready. We're going to stir our beans one more time. Let's slice up the steaks for the kiddos and we'll plate it all up and let you see what it all looks like together. But dinner is ready. I know it's a lot of back and forth, but truly that's how most of us are in our kitchen anyway. You know what you need to get going first and what's going to take the longest, and you get it rocking and rolling. And now we're going to have some of our steak. Beautiful color. Y'all hear Ellinor smacking her lips. She is ready to eat. You eating already? Alright.
This steak is good.
You think it's good? Alright. We'll take your plate and go sit down. I'll finish up the rest.